Hello, welcome to We Own You Bank. How can I help you? Hi, I'd like to withdraw $10,000 cash. Are you sure you want to withdraw that amount of cash? Pretty sure. Okay, I can help you with that today. When would you like to collect your funds? Now? Bertle, get a load of this guy. He wants to get his funds today. Oh, that is too funny. No, seriously, when would you like to collect your funds? Right now. That simply cannot happen. We don't have the funds to cover this withdrawal. Large withdrawal, it's $10,000. You're a bank. Well, yes, but we don't have those funds here today. All right, when can I get it then? It looks like I can get you something here in 2 weeks. Will that work? 2 weeks? I need cash today. Well, you should have planned ahead, silly goose. Okay, so before we continue, I have some security questions for you. Let's see here. Oh, yes. When did you lose your virginity? What? That's one of the security questions. 26. What's that? I didn't quite get that. 26? Well, hello, late bloomer. I'm sorry, that doesn't match the answer we have here. Let's try another. What is your mother's maiden name? Why didn't you start with that question? Well, somebody is very snippy today. It's Montgomery. Okay, now that I've confirmed it's you, what are you using the cash for? That's literally none of your business. Someone owes $1 to the swear jar. I'll go ahead and deduct that fee from your withdrawal amount. Have a great day. Is a bank account the best place to store your wealth? Are banks a thing of the past? Hey everyone, welcome to Campbell's Coins. This skit might be absurd, but it's reality in many parts of the US. It's just not with deposits either. I've had a family member's funds put on hold for 2 weeks when he deposited a check. Not a withdrawal, a deposit. A viewer commented about this happening to them as well. When you give your cash to the bank, it becomes their cash. Check your contract with your bank. They determine if and when they give your cash back to you. A couple of weeks ago, I saw this Chase commercial talking about setting up a savings account for your baby. Chase savings rate is currently 0.01%, a tenth of a percent. If that family puts in $10,000, and this was a yearly interest rate, that kid would have made $30 by the time he hit 30. At the rate that this country is printing money, I doubt that he would have the opportunity to buy lunch. Good luck buying anything in 30 years with that cash. But this is the way the system works now. You give your cash to a bank. They give you a pathetic interest rate in return for storing your dollars in a computer because they don't have your cash inside the bank. They loan the money out that you give them to other customers. Not just a little bit of it. By law, they are able to loan out 90% of every dollar that is saved in that bank. It's called fractional reserve banking. And they do this over and over and over again. When they loan this money out, do they give the loanee, whatever, the same interest rate that they give you? Heck no. They are charging 5% interest or much more. The bank is making your money work for them and giving you next to nothing for it. I understand why the bank does this. They are a business and they need to make a profit. Certainly not faulting them for it. I'm only bringing it up to show you that you can do more for yourself and for your family by handling your own finances instead of a savings account. Introduce inflation with saving cash, and every year you hold cash, its purchasing power diminishes. Every November, I show this image and update it for current prices. It is a comparison of $20 in the 1930s and $20 today. The $20 gold coin maintains your purchasing power. The $20 bill buys you less and less every year. Aside from your cash losing purchasing power, it's the control held over you. When someone else holds your cash, you are only able to get it when they allow it. One can't go to the bank on the weekend or say some random time at 3 a.m. and withdraw your funds. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. It's a mantra that you'll hear from numerous stackers. It refers to holding physical gold and silver versus cash in a bank, or any other item like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, what have you. Holding physical silver and gold in your possession prevents you from being held down by anyone because these don't have any counterparty risk and they are outside the system. Just wait until they institute CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, where they can track and trace every transaction you make, from paying the babysitter to paying back a friend for lunch. And they do this so that they can tax you on every single transaction. Think about how this is currently going on right now in a different form. Venmo or some other type of payment app, many people use it, including myself. And think about how many times you use it throughout a month for paying back a roommate or paying a friend for something. All these types of transactions will now be under CBDCs and tax you for every transaction that you do. When they have this much control over your currency, they can introduce negative interest rates to your accounts. A negative interest rate is where the bank charges you to keep your money with them. You want to know the kicker? I'm sure many of you will say that you'll just remove your cash from those accounts. It's really wishful thinking, considering that they can stop you from removing your cash. The whole point of a negative interest rate is to encourage spending instead of savings. Don't think this is happening? It's currently happening in parts of Europe, and it will eventually happen here in the United States, especially when a CBDC is established. They will make a CBDC extremely attractive to people, and they will especially do this to cash holders. It will probably be something like turning your physical cash and receive double or triple that amount in digital currency. When they can create it out of thin air, it doesn't cost them anything. I briefly mentioned banks becoming obsolete. If a CBDC is implemented, there really isn't a need for banks. It would be completely controlled by the Federal Reserve. We would all have new government digital bank accounts. The control part is what worries me. Look at the measures that were taken in Canada. Bank accounts were frozen. Canadians have become so fearful that they won't have access to their cash. There were bank runs to withdraw as much cash as possible. I've heard of more Canadians buying physical gold and silver due to these recent events. Biden's Ministry of Truth is laying the groundwork to freeze U.S. bank accounts in the name of protection against misinformation, according to former Director of National Intelligence Richard Grinnell. Delete your unapproved opinions or else. Will they ultimately do this? We don't know. I didn't think it was possible for the United States to establish a Ministry of Truth to begin with. That's something I've seen happen in other countries in the darker pages of history books. Governments have realized they can control people, they can control behavior when they can control the currency. A digital currency gives them ultimate control. The average person in America works for dollars. You work hard, you make sacrifices to save up for a better tomorrow. You're working for something that is depreciating in value every single day, and it's only getting worse with all the money printing that they are doing. The dollar that you make today couldn't buy as much as the dollar that you made last year or the year previous. If you're holding your wealth in dollars, you have to really examine how retirement is going to look for you, because now's the time to think about it before the price of gold skyrockets. Imagine retiring with a fixed income, which many people are doing. Every year, what you're getting from retirement can't and won't provide you as much as the previous year. I've talked about inflation and the economy in a number of other videos, but all one has to do is look at the prices of everyday items, compare those prices to the prices just a decade ago. Gold protects your wealth by preserving it. Gold protects you from power-hungry individuals seeking to control you. It gives you options outside the system. Your time is your most precious asset, and I appreciate you spending it here with me. If you're interested in other topics like this one, check out the other videos I have on my channel. Thank you all for watching. This is Campbell's Coins, and that is my 2 cents.